everyone, today we are going to be making tie-dye onesies for my son Forrest. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I actually got the idea from my sister-in-law because she sent me a picture on Instagram with the baby and he was wearing a tie-dye onesie and it was super cute. So I figured make some for my son. These are actually long sleeve onesies that we're going to use for when he sleeps. I've never done this before, it's my first time, but I bought a kit from Michael's. And in there was instructions, so hopefully it's pretty easy. But if you want to see how it's done, keep watching. Alright, this is what you guys are going to need. I'm using 4 long sleeve onesies because I'm making these for my son, but you can use any clothing item that you'd like. You're also going to need some kind of container. I'm using this metal bowl to put the clothes in while I'm dyeing it so the dye doesn't get everywhere. Next, you're going to need your dye. I bought this 3-pack from Michael's. I got it for $5, which is pretty cheap. They sell individually packaged powders that you can buy that are cheaper, but I figured this is the easiest way. Then down here we have some gloves so you don't stain your hands. And then you're also going to need some water that you're going to be mixing your dye powder with. Alright, let's get started. So like I was saying, I bought this from Michael's and it comes with instructions so I didn't have to look up online. So for the dye you're going to want to add water up to these lines that you see here for every single one, and then you're going to shake it really well. So let's do that. So I got green, I got this like lighter blue color, and then I also got dark blue. Let's move this over here while we mix some. Alright. And you're just going to mix until you see that the waters dissolve, or the powders dissolve. Alright, there's the green. Now I'm going to do the lighter blue and the dark blue, and I'll probably fast forward this so you don't have to watch. Alright guys, look who came to join us. Little Forrest woke up from his nap right now, so I had to go get him while I was mixing the colors. Look bud, we're going to do your tie-dye onesies. Yeah! Alright, so I have to mix one more and then we'll get started. Alright, those look good. Move the water out of the way. Alright, so now we're going to put our gloves on. You don't want to stain your hands. I mean, you could do it without, but I'd rather not stain my hands. Alright. We got our gloves. Look, Bubba. Alright, so my camera cut off, but we'll keep going. So there's a bunch of different designs you can do. I'm just going to do like the typical swirl. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pinch the middle and then twist. And this might be a little harder because it is baby clothes, so they are smaller. So just do the twist and like this arm, so you'll just like keep twisting it over. That, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get your rubber bands, and as far as the rubber bands, you can put them however you want, however many you want. I'll show you guys after how I did it. So like this, and do I want to know? Okay, so I'm just going to do 4. So you see how it is right here? I just put 4, and then there's these like little sections. That's where you're going to put your dye. Depending on what colors you want, you can do one color here, one color here. I'm just going to do one color for each. Yeah, look. We're just going to do one color for each, and then maybe one of them I'll do like 2 different colors. Look. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to put your gloves on. The gloves are so that you don't dye your skin, which is good. Alright. Here's a little piece hanging out. Let me tuck it in. Alright, so get your bowl and then choose your color. I'm going to go with this blue one, the baby blue one. What you're going to do is on the section, whatever section where you want the color, you're just going to start saturating it with the dye. So let me do that. Look, bub. We're making tie-dye for you. Whoa! It's a big deal. Okay, so like I said, since I want it all the same color, I'm just going to do the whole thing. And I'm going to leave some white parts because I'm not sure if you're supposed to like fully saturate the whole thing and leave no white parts showing. But again, I'm going to leave some white parts and we'll see how it turns out. That looks good. Alright, so that's as much as I'm going to do this one. What you're going to do next is get a container like this or like this one. You're actually supposed to use saran wrap, but I forgot. So I'm just going to place it in here. And then, let me wash my hands so I don't get that one dirty. Right, here's the next one. Lay it down, put this to the side. 1, 2. So you're just going to twist, 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 twist. Then you're going to get your rubber bands, of course. We're making you tie-dye onesies. Look, Baba. Good. And do another one. And I'm going to put one more rubber band. The last one I only did 2, but let's add one more for this one. Alright, there's this one. And then for this one, let's add 2 colors. So what color should we do, bub? Let's do green. We'll do some green on the side. And we'll do green here. I mean, this could come out totally horrible. I'm honestly not the best at DIYs, but who knows? It might come out really good. And then I'm going to do the darker blue with this one too. Get all that. Get all this. Look, Baba, what are we doing? Are we making you clothes? Are we? And then this last section I'm actually going to do green too. Alright, so you guys pretty much get the idea. I'm going to keep doing it to the other 2 onesies and I'll check back in when we're done. Alright, so now that we're done, we have our containers with our onesies in them. I have 2 in this one, 2 in this one. Make sure they're not touching. The point of putting them in a bowl, well, like I said, you're supposed to use saran wrap. You're supposed to saran wrap each one and then put them somewhere to keep the moisture in, but like I said, I forgot saran wrap, so I mean, these should work. So I have them both in here. I don't know if you can see that. Like I said, make sure they're not touching too much. For this bowl, we have a lid. We're almost done. We're almost done. We have a lid for that one. And then for this one, I don't have a lid, but we'll just use tin foil. And now it's the waiting game. So now you're just going to set these to the side, and you're going to let them stay in there to soak up all the dye for 5 to 6 hours. And perfect time of 10 because Forrest is getting grumpy. I'll check back in 5 to 6 hours to see how our onesies turned out. So it is the next day. Last night I left him for about 7 hours, and by the time I got around to filming this part, it was pretty late. I had to put Forrest to sleep, so here we are today doing it. As you can see, I got a little anxious and I wanted to see what it looked like without the rubber bands, so I already took them off. But they came out really good. I'm really happy about these 3. This one not so much. This one I kind of messed up, but I'll let you guys know what not to do. I kind of already said it, but I didn't even listen to my own advice, so let you guys know in a second. After you take the rubber bands off and you like how they look and everything, you're gonna put them in the washer on warm water and wash them separately, dry them separately, and then they should be all set. Alright, so let's show you. So here's this one. This is the one we did green and light blue, and some white stayed in it, which I actually like. It's pretty, I think it looks cute. But be warned, be careful with mixing dyes. Wash your gloves after, because if you don't, you'll get spots like this. I got some of the dark blue on this one. Not a big deal, he's just gonna sleep in these, but if you're using it for like everyday clothes and you don't want something like that, yeah, just be careful. Wash your gloves or use new ones. Then there's this one. This is the one we did dark blue and green, and I actually love this one. I like how some of the white stayed in, but how the darker blue mixed in with the white, and it kind of looks purple. This one I feel like is the most tie-dye looking one. But this one is my favorite. So I wanted these two to have more white in them, but that's okay, they came out good. But see how this one has a lot of white, and this one has the same effect with the dark blue going into purple. That's how I wanted most of them, but I'm actually happy with all of them, so it's fine. That one. And then this is the one where I messed up. So from there, it probably looks like it's completely blue. Up close, you can tell that there's darker blue, and it kind of looks tie-dye, but it's not how I wanted it at all. So the mistake I made was when you have your sections and you're putting the dye on it, if you're only going to use one color for the tie-dye and you want the other part to be white, so like I wanted this light blue and white, what you need to do is you need to not totally saturate each section, leave some white showing so that it comes out like this one. This one, I guess it got a little too crazy with the light blue, so it came out pretty much completely blue with sort of tie-dye on it. You'll be able to tell up close that it kind of looks tie-dye. So yeah, so there's those. I'm really happy with how this came out. Normally my DIYs that I do on my own don't come out this good, so I'm pretty excited. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys try tie-dyeing anything after watching this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you tie-dyed and how it came out. And hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.